In a land far, far away, nestled behind the tallest mountains and beyond the deepest oceans, lived a magical rainbow named Roy. Roy wasn't just any rainbow. He was the brightest, most vibrant arch of colors the sky had ever seen. Every morning he would stretch across the sky, painting it with his glorious red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The birds would sing happier songs. The flowers would bloom a little brighter, and everyone who saw him felt a little spark of joy. One morning, however, something was terribly wrong. Roy woke up feeling pale. He looked down at himself and gasped. His brilliant colors were gone. He was just a faint, shimmering arch, like a ghost of his former self. He felt weak and sad. Without his colors, he wasn't Roy, the rainbow. He was just a curve in the sky. He tried to shine, to sparkle, to be the beacon of happiness he always was, but all he could manage was a weak, colorless glimmer. The birds flew by without their usual cheerful tunes, and the flowers seemed to droop. The world felt a little grayer that day. Down on the ground, a curious young girl named Lily noticed something was missing. Lily loved watching the sunrise, and her favorite part was seeing Roy appear. But this morning, the sky was just bland. She squinted and saw a faint, sad-looking arc. "That can't be Roy," she whispered. "He's lost his colors." Lily was not the kind of girl to just stand by when something was wrong. With a determined look, she packed a small bag with a bottle of water, a shiny magnifying glass, and her favorite teddy bear for moral support. "I'm going to help him," she declared, and set off on an adventure to find the rainbow's lost colors. Lily walked and walked until she reached the very edge of the whispering woods, where the trees were so tall they seemed to tickle the clouds. It was here she found the faint, shimmering end of the colorless rainbow touching the ground near an old, gnarled oak tree. "Roy," she called out softly. A faint, sad voice shimmered back. "Yes, who's there?" Lily stepped closer. "My name is Lily. I saw you looked a little pale today. What happened to your colors?" The rainbow sighed, a sound like a gentle breeze. "I don't know. I just woke up and they were gone. I feel so empty without them." Lily patted the shimmering arc. "Don't worry, Roy. We'll find them together. Where should we start?" The rainbow flickered. "My first color, red, always loved the rosiest apples. Maybe we can find it in the scarlet orchard." So, with a new sense of purpose, Lily and the ghost of a rainbow traveled towards the legendary Scarlet Orchard. The journey was long, but Lily's determination never wavered. Finally, they arrived. The sight was breathtaking. Every tree was laden with the reddest, most glistening apples she had ever seen. "Wow!" Lily exclaimed. "Red must be here somewhere." They searched high and low. Lily used her magnifying glass to inspect every leaf and every apple. Suddenly, she spotted it. Hiding inside the core of the biggest, most perfect apple at the very top of the highest tree was a tiny, pulsating ball of red light. "There it is!" she shouted. But how to get it? The branch was too high. Thinking fast Lily fell a long sturdy vine. She fashioned a loop, took a deep breath, and with a skillful toss, she lassoed the apple and gently pulled it down. As the apple landed softly on the grass, the red light sipped out and flew straight to Roy, painting his top arc in a brilliant, fiery red. "Oh, thank you, Lily." Roy's voice sounded a little stronger. "I feel so much warmer already. 1 color down, 6 to go." Next, Roy remembered that his orange loved the cheerful glow of monarch butterflies. He guided Lily to the sun-kissed meadow, a vast field filled with wild flowers and fluttering wings. It was a sea of orange. "He must be here," Lily said, her eyes wide with wonder. They watched as thousands of monarch butterflies danced in the air. Among them, one butterfly shone with a light that was just a little bit brighter, a little more magical. "That's it!" Roy pulsed. "The keeper of my orange!" But the butterfly was fast and flew in playful circles. Lily giggled. She sat down in the middle of the meadow and started to hum a happy tune. Attracted by her sweet melody, the butterflies began to gather around her. The special, glowing butterfly landed gently on her outstretched finger. It pulsed with a warm, orange light, which then floated from its wings and soared up to Roy, filling in the band just below the red. 2 colors. Lily cheered. "We're doing great. We're doing great." Their next stop was the Golden Desert, a land of endless sand dunes that shimmered under the sun. "My yellow loved to play hide-and-seek in the grains of sand," Roy explained. The desert was vast and hot. Lily pulled her hat down to shade her eyes. How could they possibly find 1 speck of yellow light in a billion grains of golden sand? Then Lily had an idea. She took out her water bottle and poured a small puddle onto the sand. The water made the sand darker, and against the damp patch, 1 grain of sand didn't change color. It shone with a brilliant, sunny light. "I've got you," Lily cried, carefully scooping up the glowing grain. As she held it in her palm, the yellow light burst forth and raced to join its friends on the rainbow. Roy now had a beautiful blend of red, orange, and yellow. He felt brighter and more cheerful with every color they found. From the hot desert, they traveled to the lush jungle, a place teeming with life. Migraine was always fond of the oldest and wisest tree in the jungle, Roy shimmered. The jungle was dense and noisy with the calls of exotic birds and monkeys. They searched for hours, looking for a tree that seemed older and wiser than the rest. Finally, they found it, a giant banyan tree whose roots and branches created a whole world of their own. Deep within its leafy canopy, they saw a soft green glow. It was a single leaf, glowing with a vibrant emerald light. The problem was, it was tangled in a network of vines. Lily, small and nimble, carefully climbed through the maze of branches and vines. She reached the leaf, and with a gentle touch, it detached, and the green light flew up to Roy, filling in the middle of his arc. He was halfway there. Their adventure then led them to the Crystal Caves, a wonderland of sparkling blue formations. My blue loved the echo in these caves. Roy's voice resonated. Inside, every surface glittered with blue crystals. The air was cool and still. As Lily called out, "Hello?" the echo came back in 1,000 different tones. And with the echoes, A pure blue light bounced from crystal to crystal, creating a magical light show. It's playing with the sounds. Lily rallies. She started to sing Ascalu Re Mi. With each note, the blue light jumped to a different crystal. Lily sang higher and higher, leading the light towards the cave entrance. With a final high note, the blue light shot out of the cave and up to the sky, settling neatly below the green. Next was indigo, a deep, mysterious color. My indigo always felt at home in the deep ocean, with the quiet, wise old whale, Roy explained. They stood at the edge of the vast sea. Lily didn't know how they could possibly go into the deep ocean. Just as she was starting to worry, a magnificent whale surfaced near the shore. A gentle giant of the sea, it looked at Lily with an ancient, knowing eye. A small, dark blue glow pulsed on its forehead. The whale seemed to understand their quest. It swam closer and let out a low, beautiful song. The indigo light detached and floated towards Lily. She reached out, and it hovered above her hand for a moment before streaking towards the sky, finding its place on the growing rainbow. Roy was almost complete, looking more magnificent than ever. Finally, there was only one color left. Violet. My Violet loved the sweet scent of the lavender fields at twilight, Roy said, his voice now full and joyful. They arrived at the fields just as the sun was setting, casting a purple haze over everything. The air was filled with a calming, sweet fragrance. Hidden among the millions of lavender flowers was one special bloom that glowed with a soft, violet light. Lily walked carefully through the rows, breathing in the lovely scent. She didn't have to search for long. A gentle breeze guided her right to it. As she knelt down, the violet light lifted from the flower and completed the rainbow. Roy was whole again. He shone across the twilight sky, more brilliant and beautiful than ever before. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, all his colors were back, each one glowing with the memory of their adventure. Lily, you did it. You saved me. Roy's voice boomed with happiness, echoing across the land. Thank you. Lily looked up, her face lit by the rainbow's magnificent glow. It was an adventure, she said with a smile. I'm just glad you're okay. From that day on, whenever Roy the rainbow appeared in the sky, he shone a little extra sparkle right over Lily's house. A secret thank you for the curious kid who helped him find his colors again. And everyone who saw him felt not just a spark of joy, but the warmth of a great friendship